Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Western and I just wanted to take some time to share with you a little bit about the yoga classes I've been offering online, just in case you are excited about joining the group or thinking about it. Maybe you're not excited yet, but you will be at the end of this video, possibly. So you might be asking yourself, what is yoga all about? And yoga is pretty simple, and especially in my classes, we tend to do the same postures. I start warming you up nice and easily on the back, but it is easiest if you can get on the ground. So if you can't get on the ground, then probably you need to start with something like a chair yoga, which is actually can be very good for your body. And the chair yoga gives you a lot of support because you can always have that chair there. But if you can get on the ground, what you need for a yoga for stiff people class, which is what I call my classes, yoga for stiff people. So you don't have to be flexible. You need a yoga mat or something on the ground that's comfortable. You could have 2 blocks. These are called yoga blocks, and that will just help give you an extra support and things to put your hands on if you can't touch the ground. If you don't have these, it's not necessary, but it would be nice if you had something that could be in place of these, like maybe some water bottles that are about this tall. Some people use those, or something else like maybe books, as long as they're not going to fall over. Also, a strap comes in real handy. You can use a belt or a scarf. So I've seen people use towels. They're, as long as they're pretty thin and not so bulky. But a yoga belt is a really nice thing to have also. Now, what do you need to know about yoga? Well, you don't need to know anything. You just have to show up. All the classes are online right now, and you just click a link and the video will come up. I'll say hello, we can chit chat, and then we'll spend some time right before class asking if anyone has injuries. And I'm always open for people asking questions about how to modify things or letting me know if they have any injuries, and we can figure out a different way to do things if things are not working for you. The most important part is to keep my students safe. So I don't want you to have any pain in class, and we can move as slow as you need to go. And there's no, nobody's going to grade you at the end. So it's only to feel better. And yoga is a really great way of making your body, keeping your body really open, helping to quiet your mind. We put a lot of attention on the breath and moving intentionally through the postures. And that just can help you because that transfers off the mat into the world that you live in, and it helps with balance and it helps with body awareness. And when we have a better body posture, we can help get rid of chronic pain, especially moving joints will help with pain. So you might be wondering, well, what kind of yoga moves are there? Well, we start on the ground generally every class. And so we start really slow. I try to warm you up real well. And we'll breathe with some circling of our knees, breathing in and out the nose. And then we might pull the knee in and take the head to the knee a few times. We'll spend about 6 to 10 breaths in each posture. We'll do both sides of the body. And just feel the body and let it warm up and relax nice and easily. Sometimes we stretch the leg up and hold the back of the leg for a few breaths. And then just rolling out everything like the fingers, or what are these called, toes and the ankles. We'll do a little bit of strengthening postures like bridge pose where you lift your hips up off the ground. And then anytime anyone has any injuries or something, or maybe it doesn't feel right for them, we can always modify postures. So then we get up off the ground after about 15 minutes, and you come onto your hands and knees, and you take your time getting there so you're not hurting yourself. And then we're warming up the spine with a cat-cow. So inhaling and exhaling nice and slowly in your own rhythm. After cat-cow, we might do something like child's pose. So people will stretch themselves back and reach their hands forward. And then if not everybody can do this, some people will keep their knees together and not go back so far, just kind of keep lifted. Some people have knee problems and they need extra towel or I've even seen people practice with knee pads on. So whatever helps you. Some people have stiff wrists. So if this hurts to keep your hands flat like this, you can hold your hands in fists. Sometimes we do something called downward facing dog, which is really great inversion, so that more blood goes to your head, and also lengthens your back and lengthens your legs and strengthens your arms. Also opens your shoulder joints. I do have modifications for downward dog. Instead, you can do this one, where it's like a downward dog on your knees. We do things like stretching the shoulders out. And if you can't sit on your knees, I offer some people to stand up on their knees, or maybe just find a seat on a couch that's close. I'm gonna do some shoulder stretches and breathe with them. The class gets a little bit more challenging when we do a lunge or we try to stand up. We generally don't just stand up, but we maybe take one leg forward. So you can take your time getting your leg forward, and that's where the blocks come in handy. And you can do a little lunge and feel your leg stretching out, your hamstring stretching when you straighten your leg, and then building a little strength here when you bend. Moving over to the side. Usually we do this side forward bend. And if you can't come down this low, you can have your hands on a couch or a dresser or something else. You can stay as high as you need to go. We crawl up the legs nice and slowly, and then I always have to adjust the camera because my head gets cut off. We do things like something called Warrior Two, where you bend your front knee and you reach your arm long. And then you kind of go inhale, exhale a few times, and I walk you through all these postures, and we do the same kinds of things every time. We do everything on both sides, and then we do a few balanced postures like tree pose. You can hold a wall, things like that. We end up getting back down onto the ground nice and gently. Maybe we do a twist to the right and the left with the leg across, and just lifting yourself into a nice twist. Or we might do a very gentle forward bend. Finally, ending on the ground again like we started. This is a good place for a hip stretch or another bridge pose. Or it's a good time to use our strap and take the leg left for a few breaths and right for a few breaths. And that's about the whole class. It lasts an hour, and we end in Shavasana, which is the last posture, and we're just resting on the ground. Not everybody can rest all the way like this. They have to keep their knees bent. That's totally fine too. And then at the end, we get up and we say goodbye to each other. So I hope that you'll join me. Please ask as many questions as you want. And yoga is such a great practice that you can have for the rest of your life. And it will help keep your whole body moving and open. And I hope that it will help you feel really good. So I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.